What's up, guys and gals? It's the Tyrant here, and welcome back to my weekly Q&A session where you guys ask the questions and I give you the answers. If you would like to submit a question to the Q&A, you can do it in the comment section below. You can do it on Twitter, or if you're a Patreon donor, you can do it in our Discord. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Our first question of the week comes from RAZOREDGELOKI 1, and Razor asks, Q&A Tyrant, would you like to see Shipmaster, Ratas, Vadum return in Halo Infinite? The answer is absolutely. He was a badass in Halo 2, he's a badass in Halo 3, and I would love to see his take on the Promethean problem. Our next question comes from Patrick Thomas, and Patrick asks, Halo Q&A, do you think the ammo cap for primary weapons should be increased in Halo Infinite? The answer is, I wouldn't be heartbroken if it isn't. I don't really see a real need for there to be an ammo increase. And to be honest with you, past Halo Combat Evolved, when you're playing on Legendary or even Laser or Mythic difficulties, you don't typically use the pistol or the assault rifle because there's other weapons that are superior to those when you're playing on those levels of difficulty. So short answer is, if they raise the ammo cap for it, that's fine. If they don't, it wouldn't really make much of a difference to me. Our next question comes from Jonathan Skyner. I think that's pronounced Skyner. I'm not sure, but if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize, my friend. It could be Skinner. So his question is, if you could play one Halo game in VR and anniversary graphics, what one would it be and why? So even though Halo 3 is my favorite Halo game overall, my favorite campaign is still Combat Evolves. However, I would not want to play it in anniversary graphics. Although I love the environmental updates, I still prefer the character models of the original game. So I would love to play the original Halo Combat Evolved in VR. And you guys let me know in the comments below what your favorite Halo game is and why you would, and which one you want to play in virtual reality mode. Our next question comes from ELDRIAN, and welcome back, my friend. And his question is, to add to my question from last week, the Prometheans were blue in Halo 4's Forerunner. They should have maybe stuck with those colors and added orange only to some of the units. I think the question here is, should they add multiple colors to different ranks? And I think the answer is absolutely. I think it would have been really awesome to have that. Maybe have some of the higher ranking creatures or Prometheans blue, some of the lower ranking maybe red or green or something like that. That would have been awesome. I mean, we know why they were blue early on in Halo 4 and then why they turned orange later, but since the Didact isn't in control anymore, I'm not really sure why color would be an issue. So I'd love to have different color Prometheans that you could sort of recognize further from afar. And you guys let me know in the comments below what color code you would put in for the Prometheans in Halo Infinite if they are going to appear there. Our next question comes from Prophet Arbiter, and Prophet Arbiter asks, Q&A, Tyrant, with Call of Duty trying to go back to its roots, do you think Halo will do the same thing by removing Sprint and Spartan abilities in Infinite, or will they copy elements from Destiny again? Yeah, so with Call of Duty trying to go back to its roots, the key word there is trying. The only way they really went back to the roots with their latest title was by going back to the World War II days, which is how they got started. In terms of Halo getting rid of Sprint and Spartan abilities in Halo Infinite, I don't see them doing that. I can see them maybe scaling it back a little bit, but it seems like really the only thing right now that I can really see them scaling back or moving backwards rather than forwards is the art style, because it seems like with the Chief's helmet and everything, that they're going back to sort of a Halo 3 type look. But there are a lot of people who came in during the Reclaimer saga, so I don't, if they just got rid of all that for Halo Infinite, it would be a completely different experience for those folks. I know there are a lot of legacy players here that would like to see that. I would like to see some element of that, but I don't see them removing it entirely, but that's just my opinion. Our next question comes from Dale Lee Mixon, and Dale asks, Q&A, with 343 Industries now working on updating the Master Chief Collection, do you think they would or should add Halo Reach? Originally I thought the answer to this was yes, but to be honest with you, the longer I've thought about it, and after I talked with some of the folks over there last year when I was in Seattle, my answer has changed. The answer is no. I don't think Reach should be added, and the reason they gave me was pretty on the nose. Reach was made backwards compatible for the Xbox One pretty early on in the Xbox One's life cycle, and so it has a pretty established community already. If you add Reach to Xbox or to the Master Chief Collection, essentially you could possibly be draining from that community, which wouldn't be fair to them. And Reach really isn't an expensive game to buy now, so if you want to play it, you can pretty easily. Also on top of that, the Master Chief Collection is already pretty beefy in size, so adding a whole nother game and campaign to it and potentially Firefight would just, it would make it so freaking large that if you had to delete Master Chief Collection for whatever reason, if you had to re-download it, or if you got a new console like an Xbox One X and had to re-download it, it would take a while. Even though with the updates, they're making it more selective if you're someone like me who would want all the campaigns and all the multiplayer. then it would be a pretty beefy game. But overall, I think the main reason is so that they don't drain the population from the current Halo Reach community that's already playing on Xbox One. But you guys let me know in the comments below. Are you fine with Reach just being its own standalone thing, or do you want to see it added to the Master Chief Collection? And our final question of the week, our star question, comes from the Report of the Week. Very good choice of name, my friend. And the report asked, Tyrant Q&A, if you could bring back one character that died in the games to see the Halo universe as it is now in Halo 4 and 5 and Infinite, which character would you bring back and why? So if you're looking at the thumbnail, this probably is not going to come as a shock to any of you. The character that I would bring back is Sergeant Johnson. I mean, the fact that they took him away in Halo 3 still didn't make a lot of sense to me. Yes, he had a very meaningful passing, but at the same time, he's such a badass as a character. I mean, going back and looking at him, especially in the anniversary graphics for Halo 2, I mean, it's just magic every time he's on screen. You feel like this guy might actually be tougher than the Master Chief, because he is tough as nails. And everything he says is just perfect and spot on. I would love to see his take on the Prometheans. I mean, to be honest with you, imagine if in Halo 4, instead of having Captain Del Rio in charge of the Infinity, at least before now Captain Lasky, imagine if it was Sergeant Johnson who got promoted to Captain Johnson or something like that. Imagine seeing, the Chief for the first time in 4 years. Imagine him coming across the Didact. Imagine him coming across the Prometheans. And then fast forward to Halo 5. And seeing his reaction to Halo 5 going turncoat. I mean, there's so many cool things that they could have done with that. And with Sergeant Johnson's story in general going forward, I felt like his death was just such a waste in Halo 3. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was meaningful, but I would love to have kept him around longer. And you know what? There's a lot of great characters in the Halo universe that would have been interesting to see had they survived all the way up to the days of the Reclaimer saga. I'm sure there are a lot of folks out there that are thinking about Noble 6, or any member of Noble Team for that matter. I mean, George, come on. So there are a lot of characters out there for sure. But my question to you guys is this week. Any character that may have passed in a Halo game, or you know what, we'll extend it beyond that. Anywhere in the Halo universe. It could be a book. It could be one of the spin-off games like Halo Wars or Spartan Assault or any of those. Even though Spartan Assault actually takes place in the current universe. Any of those, whatever. I want you to tell me in the comment section below what your favorite character has been in Halo that is no longer around, and what your reaction, what you think their reaction would be to the current events in the Halo universe. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, or please feel free to hit me up on Twitter at MythicTyrant. A link to my Twitter feed can be found in the description below. And I'd like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who take the time out of your busy day to sit down and watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll consider subscribing for more great content right here on MythicTower.com. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch you all right back here next time, and as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.